Hi, my name is Cheryl McDermott, and this is the beginning of my vlog for Instructional Design Guru. And what I'd like to do is just keep a running journal of my experiences in class every day. And what this is going to be used for is a reflection for me, and if anybody else can use it, please do. It's learn as we go and definitely a reflection to see how things went. So yesterday we had a pretty small class. 11 students had signed up. We are teaching software, new software for an organization, teaching the end user operation and also the back end operation, the new MyDesk. So that's where we were at. We had ages ranging from 30 all the way to 72, and computer literacy about the same, going from hardly any computer experience all the way up to what I would consider a pretty power user. So we were all over the board. I did have one assistant, and the issues that we found were keeping everybody at the same level, trying to teach to that middle point when we have such a diverse skill level. And thinking back now, reflecting on the class, 11 is actually a really good number for what we are teaching. I've done both. I've done as small as 3 people all the way up to 24, 34. I think I've had 40 in the class. So this hands-on training, we're asking everybody to bring their computer and to actually follow along with us. The software isn't fully developed, and that's another challenge that we're having. So we're running into a lot of bugs, and depending on the browser that we're using, we're running into different bugs. And for the people who aren't those power users, it sometimes becomes a fiasco. And trying to get everybody caught up when now we have to log into Chrome, using Chrome. So we have lag time. Unfortunately, with this setting, I don't have a lot of control over the skill level when they come in. And I believe that that's an issue and it needs to be worked on. So instead of having one class, have maybe 2 classes, 2 separate days, one for the lower skill level and computer literacy. When I say skill, I'm talking about computer literacy. One for the lower computer literacy, and then one for the higher ability where we could go a little bit faster and not be so focused on the technical aspect of getting into the website. And I believe both groups would benefit by having it that way, because yesterday the people who were pretty computer savvy were lost. I mean, I lost them, and they were able to multitask. They were able to follow along with me, and also had enough time while I was trying to get everybody else caught up, even with the assistant, enough time to be on Facebook and, be checking their emails and all that stuff. I believe that they still gained the knowledge that we were looking for, and the objectives were reached. But it was definitely not the most optimal learning experience for everybody involved. And I believe that made the lower skill level people very uncomfortable. So the objectives, I believe, were taught. I did teach to those objectives. And I believe that the higher level, they were able to reach those objectives. They did reach those objectives. The lower level, I had a couple people that did not reach those objectives. There were a couple reasons why. Number one, the software wasn't working for them. So their profile completely disappeared, and that was not in their control. They couldn't have controlled that. There's nothing I could do about that. They weren't able to reach those objectives. And also the lower skill level, getting frustrated, thinking that they're keeping people behind, which was the case, but it wasn't how I wanted them to feel. So that's why I think having the 2 classrooms would take care of that issue. So the lower skill level was having a problem because they were feeling rushed, which made them even slower. And the higher skill level was able to be multitasking and not needing to be following along the entire time. And we could have touched on more advanced features with the higher computer literacy skill level. So that was yesterday, and the way that I was evaluating and assessing that they were reaching these objectives is that we had our computers open. Everybody had their computers open, and we were doing it through authentic assessment. So we were doing it, and the way that I was able to evaluate if they could do it or knew how to do it was to actually do it. The only thing, another challenge, not the only thing, but another challenge that I did run into is making sure that they can access this. And it's one of the objectives that I couldn't clearly assess because I ran out of time. we have a lot of information. The class is 3 hours long, and I want to make sure that they are comfortable getting back to the My Desk so that they can go back in there. They do all know where the how-to docs are, so that when they're on their own, they can access that. But I'm not 100% confident that everybody in the class yesterday could get back to the My Desk portal. So those are some things I'm going to work on. If you have any comments or any suggestions or any experiences that you'd also like to share, please do so in the comments. Thank you. Look forward to tomorrow. I will probably post again tonight. I do have a class today. It's a little bit larger, so we're teaching the same software. We're probably looking at about 25 people, and we'll see how it goes. I do have a technical assistant, and I will check in with you and let you know. Thanks.